Pat Dennis, Pat Middleton, Bookmaker. Now, how do you describe yourself in the property industry, Pat? What's your qualification again?
I'm a chartered surveyor.
Chartered surveyor.
Yes.
So what does that mean? We'll make it top 11, not 10.
Qualified at City University, graduated from there in 1987 with an honours degree in property valuation and management, and that gave me an exempting degree from the RICS. But then 2 years later, I became a member of the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors and a practicing surveyor, which I did for 10 years in the West End before I jumped on the game which I always loved, which is bookmaking with Dad.
Yeah. Now, your father was a gladiator. He was an enormous man in every way. He was a leader, but his own man always. When you grew up, and even as an adult, did you feel a need to impress him and for validation from him?
No, I didn't. No, at all. It's strange. It's one of those. When I look back now, the way I look after my kids is that he was never, ever judgmental. No, one time. And I hadn't cut my hair for 3 years when I was about 17. And he said, "When are you going to get your fucking hair cut?" So that was the only time I can remember him being judgmental about what I did. I wore makeup for a couple of years, pierced my own ears. Imagine how much
you wore makeup.
I wore makeup.
This is an epic Pat Dennis moment. Okay, fantastic.
I used to, in New Romantic, I used to eyeliner a big streak down the side of my face. I used to wear pedal pushers.
Oh right.
I thought I was what the fuck was he called? I thought I was a pirate.
Oh right. Did your father have a gentle side?
Gentle side. He was massively protective. I remember the few times I was pulled up when I was driving the car to the races and pulled up with the old Bill. He would jump out and virtually try and attack the old Bill. They were just doing a thing. I've been speeding, so they pulled me over. They're only just doing their job. But he was Christ. He was nasty. He was so protective.
That was his love.
Yeah.
What type of person inspires you, Pat? You're such a strong character, but like, who gives you strength? What type of person?
Somebody who is convinced about what they want to do, is dedicated to it, and also someone. Kindness inspires me. People that I know are genuinely kind. I'm not into people. I'm not impressed by people who make money. Cutting other people's throats and stuff like that. People that generally have a warmness for other people and have deep humanity.
You're high energy, but when you're low, how do you lift yourself?
I've got this thing. If you, for whatever reason, you had a drink or you're feeling low, there's two things. One, go and help somebody less fortunate than yourself, and just puts it all into perspective. And the other one is just go back to basics. Get better sleep, drink water, do some sport, eat decent food, don't drink alcohol. That gets you back on track.
Good advice. Pat, what's your favourite song and what memory does it come with?
God, I'm really not into music that much at all. It's really hard. Doe, deer, a female deer. My mum sang it to us all when we were kids.
Oh, right. Okay. It's a memory, though, isn't it? Pat, you are such a tough guy, but what are you scared of?
Scared of outliving my children, I think.
Yes.
I don't want to. No. I don't want to die early, so I do so that they do outlive me. But I think the loss of a child for anybody is almost unbearable. It just ends and changes your life. That scares me. So I'm so protective towards their well-being. It's one of my biggest worries.
I couldn't agree more. When have you felt most disappointed?
I'm most disappointed when I make a judgment about somebody and I'm wrong. I don't think it's happened very good. I think I'm a very good judge of people. But when I get something completely wrong, I just think, how have I been conned? I think my father's the same as well.
But you back yourself though, Pat, so people who back themselves are ambitious. By definition, they must make mistakes to learn and to develop.
I get that, but I just think sometimes when I make such a that's such a mistake. I just think, how's somebody turned me over that way? I understand people. I just understand how people work. That's one of my biggest skills, I think, in life, is understanding people. And when I get that wrong, that really upsets me.
Being so strong a character, do you believe that gives you more or less empathy?
That gives me more empathy.
Gives you more empathy?
Yeah. I'm so sympathetic.
Really? Is that as you become older?
As you become older, without a doubt. You know, obviously, even now, I'm thinking about giving up every other Saturday to go in a shop in Shoreham near us that they employ kids that have learning disabilities. I go in the shop there sometimes, it just breaks my heart just watching them, and just how we see somebody being just generally kind towards other people.
Yes.
It just absolutely breaks my heart. I'm very empathetic, and I'm a strong person. But that makes you more empathetic, I don't know. But
I think it does. You've got a big heart. What's your favourite book, and what did you take from it, Pat?
For some reason, my favourite book. I used to read masses from the age of 6 through to 12. I used to love Sherlock Holmes. I've read every single Sherlock Holmes book.
Oh, right.
30 times. I just love the logic and the understanding. That fascinated me. But my favourite book, I think, one that I always go back to and always quote to people, is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee.
Oh, brilliant.
I think that's probably my favourite book. What did I take from it? There's that strong feeling that somebody was wrongly accused, and that unjustness and how unfair that was, probably. But just the language of it, I think it's a fantastic story. And then the other thing, Scout and Jem. I was nearly going to call my kids those two names. I thought they were fantastic. But so I nearly took the names of Atticus Finch's two kids, Scout and Jem.
Fantastic.
From that.
What advice do you have for parents, because you love being a father?
One big tip I've got when you've got young kids is don't try and multitask. Don't try and do your job and look after your kids. You'll fuck up with both of them. Do one job. Either have your day with your kids or have a day working. Don't try and do both. That's a huge tip.
Brilliant advice. I completely agree, because what happens is you're there but you're not there, aren't you?
You're not there with either.
Yes, I agree. Now, you demand a lot of yourself. You demand and challenge others. I've always found that. I love your counsel. I think that you, whenever I leave a conversation or a coffee or a dinner with you, I leave and I've learned. But what do you demand as a quality from a friend?
Honesty is an easy one to throw away. Someone. I find the biggest testament of someone who's a friend is they kind of make you feel happy about who you are. So
Positive about you, not a chipper.
No, just simply that every time you think, I want to go meet that, I want to spend some time with that person, I'm just kind of like, you're lifted by it, because they just make you feel good about who you are. You don't have any pretense about trying to show off to them, or pretend you've got more dough than you have, or
there's no agenda.
There's no agenda. You can be completely yourself.
Was your father a friend also, or was he so strong that he was always a father?
It got easier when he was older, but no, generally speaking, he didn't try and be my friend.
I think that's quite a good policy, because if you need a bollocking, you can't always be friends with them.
It's very good as a father, and it might be the mistake I made with my lad. I've got 3 girls and 1 lad, just trying to be their friend all the time. Because in the end, you're too soft to them, and just somehow they end up not being as strong.
Pat, you are deep, you are strong, you're intense. We've learnt from you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Ben. It's a pleasure.